It's Monday, September 16th of 2019, and I went to go see another football game, except this time I'm pretty sure that unlike the Orlando Apollos of the Alliance of American Football, this team is going to be around for a while. I'll tell you about it right here on Guys Daily Drive. And good afternoon. I am on my way to pick up 3 chicken gyros from a local restaurant that we all like. One for me, one for my wife, and one for my son. And, little bump. I'm actually trying out a new camera mount, and I think it'll work, just not necessarily in the position that it's in right now. It's a little awkward, it's a little off. It's like this clamp mount that fits onto the sun visor. Everything else is the same. And if I had a camera, actually I have a camera coming, one of those action sport cams. But if I had a camera that gave me a wider view, this would work much better. But this doesn't give me, the iPod Touch that I've been using doesn't give me a whole lot in the way of width, for lack of a better term, as I record. And that's, it could just be that maybe I really just need to use a different type of camera. I asked my son if I could use his GoPro to kind of try it out. But when I was looking at it, I noticed that it didn't have an easy way to attach a external microphone, and that's not going to work. It's not going to work that well for me. Oh, hold on, I got to be very careful here. So that's what's going on in the tech front. Now, yesterday, I have a neighbor who, over the years, he and I have gone to quite a few football games, actually pretty much exclusively Baltimore Ravens. And we didn't go to any last year. I don't know if he actually went to any last year, but he has season tickets, and he's got season tickets to almost every local team in the area. He sells most of them, but if there's a game that he wants to see, he wants to make sure that he has tickets for it. So I kind of get that, but it just seems like kind of an expensive way to go about it. But regardless, it works out for me, because that means that every once in a while he'll ask me if I want to go to a Baltimore Ravens football game. And in almost every case, the answer is yes, because I love going to American football games, especially if the team is pretty good. So he called me Saturday and asked if I felt like going. That the person who had originally said they wanted to buy the tickets at the last minute decided they couldn't do it, so he had these 2 tickets, and they were going to play the Arizona Cardinals. And I was like, sure, how much are the tickets? Because, again, I hadn't gone the year before. And tickets were $125. And, we're not talking about 50-yard line seats. These were like just to the side, one way or the other. of the end zone, which is fine. I'm not a seat snob. But I was kind of like, wow, $125 for certainly not the best seats in the house. But then again, I was going to a football game. So we leave. I pick him up like at 9:30 in the morning. We used to go earlier because we would, he had a friend who tailgated until it kind of got out of control, and a lot of people were just showing up and nobody was contributing. And I think he just decided that the preparation, all the cooking, the cleanup afterwards just wasn't worth it anymore. And I don't blame him. It would be 15, 20 people just kind of showing up. And I was one of them, but I would always, try to contribute some money, anything along those lines. So we left a little bit later than we had been in the past and got to the game. Parking at the casino that's right there, it's some of the closest parking, $80 to park for this game. And he ended up applying for a credit card that's tied to the casino. It's not like it's an outrageous card, but it's just a credit card, because with that card in the future, not this game, but in the future, you would get free parking. So it ended up costing another $40 for each of us to park to see this game. And so we went to the game. It was a great game, real nail biter all the way down to the end. And super, very, very enjoyable. Had a really good time. And it was hot. It was probably mid to high 80s with the sun bearing down the entire time. So, game is over. Baltimore Ravens won by a comfortable margin, by like 6 points. And we headed home. And that's where the trouble began, because at the same time that the Ravens were playing, which was 1 o'clock East Coast time, the Washington Redskins were also playing. So, game is over. We get to the car. We finally get out of the parking lot, and that was no great shakes either, getting out of the parking lot. We get out of the parking lot, and we start heading down the highway. And no sooner had we gotten to the Washington Beltway, 495, when everything was all backed up. It took us... Now, going to the stadium on a regular day, even with light traffic, it's about hour and a half. It took us 3 hours to get home, and almost all of it, like in the last 10, 15 miles, bumper to bumper traffic. I mean, just really, really bad. And when I got home, I noticed that the top of my head, you can probably still see it, top of my head was all sunburnt. I mean, really, really bad. And I ended up falling asleep early on Sunday night. And when I got up the next day to go to work, just couldn't get myself to go. I was feeling so awful. And it was basically, I had just gotten way, way, way too much sun. And I have spent pretty much this whole day just kind of taking it easy, mostly in the dark. This is the first time I've gone outside all day, and that was to pick up dinner that I just couldn't get myself to make. We finally put out some fish, and when Tracy was like, well, you said you were going to make this, and I was like, let's just get takeout. I just couldn't deal with it. So anyway, that's about it. So got to see a football game, got way too much sun, probably got sunburnt and all the rest. I got sunburnt, no doubt about it. But that is the story of what happened there. If you would like to get a hold of me, you can send me email, guy@mymac.com. You can reach me on the Facebooks, obviously. Also, if you'd like to help contribute to the craziness that I do, it's Guy. Sorry, let me start that again. I have Twitter accounts. I almost forgot about that. Mac Parrot and Vert Shark are my two Twitter accounts. You can, but again, if you would like to contribute to the things that I do, you can reach me. Reach me. Don't try to reach me. You can contribute to what I do. God, I'm really, really out of it. Patreon.com/MacParrot. I have a coffee page for like one-time donations. That's ko-fi.com/MacParrot. I have a PayPal page, paypal.me/MacParrot. You can guess there's a theme there. Besides Guy's Daily Drive, I also do the Mac to the Future podcast, which if you subscribe to this feed, Guy's Daily Drive in iTunes, you have been getting. I also do the MyMac.com podcast, and there's a brand new one of those out with Gazmaz. It was classic. We were talking about all the Apple stuff that was just released last week, and had a great time, as always. I always have a great time talking to Gaz. But that is going to about do it for today. Thank you all for downloading, listening, and or watching Guy's Daily Drive, and I will catch you next time. Bye.